Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, whether you're watching this in the morning, the afternoon, or in the evening. I am stoked you're here. First off, quick shout out and thank you to the channel members. Thank you all. And I want to welcome anybody who's coming through, who's new, or just hadn't had a chance yet. If you're so inclined, if you get a chance, please hit that subscribe button down below and the bell notification icon so you'll get alerted when I release content, and it'll really help the channel out. Anyways, let's get started. Today, I have a very cool knife to talk about that I've been carrying pretty much for the last 2 weeks straight, and it is the Vero Mini Axon. Guys, this is an awesome little knife. I know you have seen my original Axon that I think I picked that knife up, I want to say, close to a year and a half ago. It was one of my first designer, I would call, or small maker knives that I was turned on to by Lefty EDC. And then I've been able to check out the Vero Axon fixed blade. I love this knife. Um, Absolutely love the full size Axon, but it's a little big, right? It is a full size knife. Nothing wrong with the full size knife. I happen to be carrying one today. But when you look at the Axon Mini, at least in my hand, it is a fantastic size. It's also a frame lock. So I think it's just super smooth, super Vero. When I say that, the Axon has been my favorite design, but I'm really inspired by his design language. I think it's super slick. I kind of think it's what I would consider and label as functional, understated elegance. The knives are extremely well done. OEM by Best Tech, if I'm not mistaken, and just really done right. You've got T8 pivots and you've got T6 on your bodies because this is a small knife. That's one thing that if there was a way to do T8s, that would be nice. But when I look at that and look at the size of the chamfer here, I could see why you might be limited to a T6. Got this really clean back spacer that goes almost the whole entire length of the little Mini. And then you've got this I don't know if you guys can read that, but what I think is the best blade marking in the business. This is little Vero up here on the spine. We've seen other makers do that too, but something about the Vero on the spine and the Vero logo on the clip. And to talk about this clip, it works amazingly well. It is a titanium clip. I don't think it's a milled clip. It's more of a just clip. I don't know how to really explain it, but it works well. It works well in my pockets. It's a front flipper, and it's done extremely well. There's a jump all the way up to the top here. I don't know if you can see my finger right there where I've got new skin on it, and you can see my fingernail there. Earlier when I was playing with this knife, I mean, it barely grazed my finger. This thing is slicey. And you know me, guys, I'm a terrible cutter, but there's no choil to get caught on. I've got a full 4-finger grip. Look how it just bites into that material. Whoop, missed that cut coming back towards me. But anyway, very slicey. That's proof on my finger. And that was just from, again, a little blade drop. But just a really elegant little knife. I've really enjoyed carrying it. I love this configuration, and I'll leave a link in the description to Vero knives where you can look at these. These little Axon Minis are in stock and ready to ship. There's several configurations still available, and this is the Stonewashed with the I believe that is the belt satin. They have a belt satin and a hand satin blade. And I believe this, well, this may be the hand satin. Not exactly sure what would designate what. I don't know what that little schmutz is on the blade. But the blade's M390. Extremely sharp. And it's either belt satin or hand satin. But it is definitely what they would call stonewashed titanium with stonewashed clip. It's also available in DLC and I think another finish. Again, there'll be a link in the description, guys. But this knife is just a banger that I think really outpunches its weight. Again, I'm a huge, huge fan of not just Vero, but the Axon in particular. Um, love this knife, love the frame lock. The other thing that I think is really classy and that I like is these are serialized. So, for example, my first Axon, this one here, 797. And this one here is number 240. And I don't know if you can see that lock geometry, but it's done very well. You've got really good, see if I can get it to focus on that lockup. I don't know if you guys can see that because there's a little shadow right there on the tip, but it's locked up very well. And you have lock bar access where this is a very even knife, as it should be, because people who like the thumb flick can thumb flick. I hate thumb flicking, so I'm not even going to embarrass myself. If you like to top flick it, you can top flick it, or if you like to do like I do, middle finger flick, you can middle finger flick it. And the way with these being even, so that it's, you know, the cutouts are the same. So it looks very, like I said, that design elegance kind of stands out. But you can get into this lock bar really, really easily because it's chamfered out here. It's very soft. And I just go straight in for it. And there's just absolutely no issue. You just barely give it a little bit of love on the down and it closes up. Like I said, easy enough to where it kind of got my thumb earlier. But let's take a look at it in terms of size, and then we will get some weight, a few measurements, and we will be donezo. So first, we will have to compare it to our Cold Steel 4MAX, review coming soon on the Cold Steel 4MAX. And then this knife's going to take a trip to see a friend and have some cool stuff done to it. Next to the Civivi Baby Banter, next to the 4MAX, bigger than the Baby Banter, as we would expect, smaller than the Fur 4MAX. And let's look at it next to the Benchmade Bug Out and the Benchmade Baby Bug Out. And guys, it's just about a tiny bit longer than the Baby Bug Out. And when I give you dimensions, you guys know I don't read tapes very well, so I'm going to give you approximations. And on the link that I provide to Vero's site, they're more accurate dimensions if that's important to you. Because when I go tip to tip, I have 6.5 plus a little bit. And that's the way I look at it. So it's 6.5 roughly plus a little bit. So you figure out what that next little line is and do the conversion. The blade is 2 and I'm going to say 2 3/4 with right over 2.5, almost 2 3/4 cutting edge. And the handle here is right under 3 3/4. I'm going to call it 3 3/4. When I hold it right here, from front to back, that's 3 3/4. And you can see that in a medium large size hand, that's how much purchase I can get on the knife. I don't hold it back here because I don't hold my regular Axon back here. I've always held it right here. It just feels comfortable. It works and it doesn't interfere with what I'm trying to do. So let's take some blade measurements. All right, I'm on millimeters. So roughly 3 millimeters. But we don't do millimeters. Let's do inches. 0.1180. So guys, you know I do terrible behind the edge. I'm going to try to get you just a little quickie. What's that, 20 thousandths? I can't tell, guys. That's probably a bogus measurement behind the edge. I would disregard that. But our overall blade or handle thickness, I have a feeling it's going to be around half an inch. I want to be real careful. 0.46. So under half an inch. And just like I said, a very nice little package. When I say little, there's some good weight relief. Let me get my light or a light. Let me show you guys down to these scales. You can see that there's milling for weight relief in there. Can y'all see that? Let's see if I can get y'all a view. I can't see through the phone, guys. I'm sorry if it's not showing you the weight relief, but it is got it, trust me. Those scales are milled out. All right, let's see what she weighs. 2.70 ounces. 3.8 on my full size. So yeah, guys, you can tell that it is a nice little package. It's slimmer. It's, I hate to use the word petite because you guys saw it was a little bit bigger than the baby bug out, but I think it's just a great little package. I think if you like Vero engineering, if you like Vero's design language, you can't go wrong with a mini Axon. Unless you've got a super, super big, beefy sausage hand, it may be, go to the website. I'll leave a link in the description and take a look at the dimensions and see what you think. But I think it's a winner for a fifth pocket knife, fifth pocket carry, or secondary carry, or even if you're like me and you carry a fixie with you and a slip joint, you can definitely get by with this as a primary carry if you've got other knives to take on the task that you might need that are a little bit more hard use, right? But guys, I appreciate you taking the time to watch my content. I appreciate you stopping by the channel. I love all of you. And what I ask always is please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please continue to look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart and choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.